What's up guys, CEEEEEEDOOOO Cards here with another video. Guys, I've got a lot of things to talk about and I wasn't sure if I'd make it into 2 videos, but I think 1 video should be enough. But let's see how it goes. Hopefully it's no more than 25 minutes. You guys know that's kind of the area I like to keep the videos at. I'm not too short, I'm not really much of a 15-minute person. I try to hit pop more than 30 minutes because that's a bit excessive, and I know the majority of you aren't there until the full 30 minutes. But I do like to, churn as much as I can out of my mind for the video. So let's get right into it. But first, I guess as usual, guys, if you're having a good time here, leave us a like, leave us a subscribe, leave a comment. Really appreciate it. We're making great progress and it's great fun. The comments are always amazing. And if you're in the UK, check out the UK Riftbound Discord in the bio. And if you guys do want an acrylic case for your box, you can purchase one through my bio. These are pretty solid. Magnetic as well is all solid, and yeah, you're good to go. So all those things aside, let's get into the video. So guys, again, we don't see this often. We do not see these often. We do not see these often. Let me say that again. Let me stress that again. We see here again another sale of a Project K trial deck. Now this actually is not the complete trial deck. If you notice in the title, this is Victor, Yasuo, and Volibear. So this is missing Jinx. And we have seen a sale of just those 3 and open, mind you, go for $12,000. This isn't the best offer, this is simply $12,000. The sale was in France, but this is a big development in the Riftbound space. As you guys know, Project K, particularly the English sealed trial deck, is so hard to find, as well as it being virtually the holy grail of Riftbound sealed. And earlier this month we had seen one sale going for 13,000, but best offer, and the best offer was around 8,000. But we have seen now, with just these 3 alone, go for 12,000 itself. We have seen in the past, we have seen sales of roughly 12,000, give or take, in the past for the trial deck as a whole. But as you know, things fluctuate, especially with something so low in population. It's really hard to get a gauge of what the price would be or what really someone's willing to pay for it. But we see here, just alone the Victor deck here, we see the legend card, we have the sealed box still, and all these cards, and we'll go through in a moment. These cards all sell for a good 400, 500 if you can get them in PSA 10s. The Victor legend card again, they're selling 1,000, 2,000 if you can get that in a PSA 10 alone. So you see all the cards here. Again, if you can grade all of these, as we've seen, if you have been following my channel, you see that these do sell in PSA 10s, and I will show a few in a moment. And again, you get a bunch of these. Again, these all sell for 500, 600 plus. And then again, we have the Yasuo deck. Again, the Yasuo card as well sells for over 2,000, and each card as well. You see the multiples, they all sell for a ton as well. And then we have lastly Volibear somewhere as well. And again, I've shown you some of the cards and we've gone through it a bit. Major development. That's really fascinating to see. And again, just showing a few of the cards. We see a few all by the same seller, Dawn Day Sells, so I think someone kind of bought him out a bit. These are all best offer accepted, so initially 800 for the Jinx, 800 for the Yasuo, for the Victor, sorry, 500 for the Yasuo, 500 for a Volibear card, and then another 500 for another Volibear card. Sorry, lastly, and a Jace that went, a Kane that went for 350. And then we see here on 130 sales, because these were all best offers. The Jinx went for 450. Victor 450, Kane 350, Yasuo 365, and the 2 Volibear cards 350. These are all best offers. Of course, I wouldn't advise anyone to sell any of these right now. If you were to get them graded successfully, I would hold on to them and just not touch them. Forget about them. You don't have them. You never heard of them. You leave them away somewhere sealed, leave it away forever, or at least for a bunch of years. Because again, this game is still in its infancy. At this point, no one knows about the game. This game is basically just, I don't know, if you guys have seen the new Naruto game, there's a new Naruto TCG that's come out. It's basically the Naruto TCG. No one knows about it. It's under the radar. Don't sell it. Don't touch it. Hold on to these really awesome items because they're so rare and you will never find them again unless you're paying big bucks 2 years in the future. Hold on to them. Don't sell them. And just in the Project K space, back in 2024, again, as part of the trial deck and the trial offline events, they were giving out a number of sealed packs. These are silver, as you guys know in the comments, we have discussed this. The silver ones are basically the chance to get one of the legend cards. So it could be Volibear, it could be Yasuo, it could be Victor, or it could be Jinx. These are the Chinese versions, so you do have a chance to pull any of them. And we see a bundle of 5 here selling for almost 2k, 1.85k. I find that very interesting. and whoever picked it up, again, I think a good price. I'll hold on to them, you know, because they are sealed. It is, you know, the effect of gamba. You know, you never know what's inside. It could be, yeah, it could all be Jinx, and we all know Jinx has the highest premium. So I see why it's where it was sold for that price. And I don't think it's a bad price. Again, just hold these. Don't even think of them. Just look away. And the quick one, you know, I normally only discuss items that have already sold. But for you guys that are watching this video, there is an opportunity to buy a Yasuo trial deck. As you guys can see here, it's going for about 2.7k. There is the best offer you can make. Again, these are all in dollars. Really, I do show sort of pounds every now and then when I am discussing sealed, like the booster boxes and the cases. But right now we are just discussing in dollars. But we see here the Yasuo legend card. Again, this in PSA 10 alone sells for over 2,000, just so you're aware. We have a bunch of the Yasuo cards we saw before, sell for 350. The Last Breath we see here also sells for more than 350, 500 for PSA 10. So as you can tell, this is good value if you are willing to grade them. Even the rune cards, PSA 10s, they sell for about 100 each. You do have an opportunity to make a lot of money if you do decide to grade these. Or if you just want them as a cool collectible, the Victor Yasuo deck, Yasuo deck. Definitely a good buy in my opinion, and I would like to see this gone before making another video, to be honest. This is a great snag, and if anyone has the disposable income on them to purchase that, I very much recommend it. Cool, moving on from 2024 Project K, moving to 2025 Riftbound in terms of the trial deck. As you guys know, France is the next localization that will take place for Riftbound, and we see here a trial deck, sealed trial deck for 2025, going for about £102, $143. That's a great snag. That's really cool to see. I didn't expect to see this while I was doing some research, but it's cool to see that these decks are coming out. We'll probably see a lot more of these as well. For reference, you know, we'll see major changes in the English sealed deck for 2025. This sold a few days ago for $1,200. I almost said 2,000. $1,200. That's a big jump from what we were seeing before. If we see here, you know, this was going for about $800 near the end of December, and you know, it was going for $600 also in December as well. And so to see it jump to 1.2k, I think for a while it was fluctuating a lot. If you guys have been following me for some time, price was going up and down. No one really knew how to price these, but now we are seeing that climb again. So we are seeing 1,200. Again, when the box itself is open and you have each individual trial deck box, those do sell for less. When you do have the sealed box, the white box with the 4 trial decks inside them, that's when they go for a pretty penny. So this is a great purchase. I do know a few people that bought this around $500 each, so I'm sure they're smiling knowing that if they want to get sell it and get rid of it, they're getting more than what they paid for, and they can then buy Spirit Forged items or more Origin items. So that's great news. And just a few items from the trial deck. We see here the Super Mega Death Rocket sell for $100, PSA 10. This is from the 2025 trial deck in English. We see the Jinx Rebel card go for $324. Again, this is a trial deck version. There is a lot, you know, there is interest in these cards, especially if you are a collector. There is someone in the UK Riftbound Discord who's trying to do a Grandmaster set of all the signed, all the overnumbered in Origins, all the regular cards, and all the promos. Now, luckily, he managed to, I think his LGS gave him all 12 pre-release legend promos, so he's lucky there. But you know, if someone's trying to also do a trial deck master set as well, these are great snags. So just wanted to highlight the Project K / 2025 trial deck space, because again, that space is so small, yet it has a lot of impact on the brand image of Riftbound, especially just it being such a limited item. It's just very fascinating. Moving on, I don't plan to talk about much of Spirit Forged at all really in this video. I just have two items, same item really. We see here, you know, someone has managed to grade the ahri Spirit Forged signature, and it went for about 1k. I'll get onto that. But we do see here the raw version of that same signature card, signed card, went for $850. So, you know, we were discussing before Spirit Forged and the pricing, and you know, I don't want. I tried speculating before. I was saying it'd be about 1,800 ish. I want to say. But looking at this price, this set it for $850, the Chinese version. I am so convinced now at this point that we are looking at a 2K coin card from the outset. I could be wrong. You know, if I'm wrong, it's whatever. But considering this sold for $850, I think the feralness of some people when it comes to cute cards will be in effect. That's what I want to say. You know, this sold for 1.1K, the PSA, not PSA 10, the CGC 10. And I trust that PSA 10s will sell for like $3,000 plus, like we are seeing with the standard Ahri, Ninetales, and Kaisa. Both those signed in PSA 10s. So just something I wanted to highlight. I found that interesting. And so, GG easy Teemo. GG, well played. Go next. Report 9x my top laner because he lost to Teemo, and how do you lose to Teemo 9x? So we are seeing it continue to climb. Of course, we looked at it maybe a week and a half ago, and we had seen that it was a bit up and down. Yes, there was a buyout, but it wasn't as crazy as we thought it was. It was really around $400, $500. But actually, this is continuing to climb. This is 3 days old, and we did see a sale of 700. It was a bid of 37 people, and we see here similarly a few days today. Really, this sale for 671, so almost at £700, $700 again. And we see here the PSA 10 of this card sell for $3,000. That's really serious. We saw BGS 10, not gold, not black label, PSA 10. Sorry, BGS 10 sell for around 2.2K if I remember correctly. But this here is selling for 3K. This is big. Again, this card is amazing. I keep saying I need to get one. I do hope to get one day. Hopefully, when I start vending, someone just decides to sell it to me. And they can maybe they trade it around for other cards I have. I don't know if I want to, like, I like Teemo, but he's still very annoying, so I don't know if I want to cash out that much money on a champion that I find annoying. I love him, but he's still very annoying. But I still want to have a copy one day. But PSA 10 3000 is a big deal, and this will only climb, guys. I kid you not, this will only climb. Nexus Knight, the first wave is basically done. Once Spiritforge starts, you will not be seeing more of these. This is something to buy. If you have the money, just buy it. Don't regret it. It might go up and down a little bit, but this will continue to climb. This will easily be 5K, 6K by I want to say August this year. It could be even quicker. I'm just being conservative. Just being very conservative. This card is such a dope card, and I don't think, you know, if you are new to the TCG, you're playing this, you're here by virtue of the Arcane series, or just because you want to try the TCG, you've not played League of Legends, you wouldn't understand how comedic this is. There's a lot of breadth to this card that if you are new to the space, you just won't understand why it's such a cool card. In the UK Discord, for example, we have someone that has this card. He managed to pull it as part of a Nexus Knight. He's never played League of Legends. Of course, he likes the card. Everyone likes the card. He's happy he has the card because it's a rare card and everyone wants it. But like, if you play League of Legends, even just the bits of leaves in the wind, you know that he's just a menace. He's saying GG easy, but you don't know the pain that is coming from within, from, you know, whoever played against this Teemo. So yeah, it's a lot. It's a fantastic card, and I really do think that this is gonna climb and climb and climb. So this is one to keep an eye out for. Okay, cool. So moving on to the signed cards, the overnumbered. Again, just want to keep looking at these. There's loads of movement along these. There's so many selling at the moment. I'm not looking at all of them. I grabbed just a few snapshots. The Lee Sin, we are seeing sell for about $800. That seems to be quite respectable. Again, a very dope card. PSA 10 for this is going for like 2.2K, 2.5K. It's a very, very, very dope card, and a very dope rendition of his skin, and of course pays homage to Bruce Lee. So. And we have here, again, continues to climb, the Kaisa signed card. While other cards became cheaper and cheaper as more and more came in circulation, the Kaisa card remains, you know, dominant and climbing. And we see the same for Ahri as well. This Ahri here sold for almost 2K. Ahri and Kaisa are really continuing to climb. while other cards are declining. Leona we see here have 725. This has climbed a bit, which is nice. It does have quite a stable number around $700. And again, that's respectable. It's a gorgeous card. We all love Leona. Leona's a great champion. And so we are seeing, again, a lot of stability around these cards, but really Kaisa and Ahri are climbing with extreme speed. And I don't know, you love to see it. They're loved cards. Ahri's dope, Kaisa's dope. And so I'm not mad at seeing that price. I think it's a fantastic situation we're seeing. Again, Leona here, 725, as I said, respectable. Darius, 560. Honestly, I'd say this is the best you're gonna get because, again, it's such a goofy card. And Darius, I'm sure Darius collectors and Darius mains look at this card and just say, what went wrong? You know, Peter Kim did a great job in the design, in the drawing. It's great artwork, don't get me wrong. It's just the art direction and the story being told is just a bit silly. Because it's just a bit silly. But 560, I think that's reasonable. Again, I mentioned the Ahri card, just another one as well that sold similar times. This sold on the 19th, the 1.975 based to 2K, and the 1.9 sold for on the 18th. So again, very recent, very much, you know, on really something to be mindful of and really keep an eye out for. We see a Victor here, signed sell for 884 for best offer. I believe I had it up, but maybe I didn't do it. Let me bring it up right now. You know, if we're looking at 700-ish, I think that's respectable again. It's not Machine Herald Victor. Yeah, looking at 740, you know, it's not Machine Herald Victor. It is Arcane, you know, the series Victor. It's not the same, but we do sort of love Victor. I really do hope, and I think they have to do it. I really do hope they do a Machine Herald Overnumbered card. I think that would do amazing. Really, I can't even say it pays homage. It doesn't pay homage. It's just it's Victor. You know, for the last almost 15 years, we have known Victor as Machine Herald Victor. So it would be great to see a Machine Herald Victor card, because again, that's the champion that collectors and Victor players want to see and grab. I'm sure many people who play Victor still just play the Machine Herald skin because it's a skin now. It's not the default anymore. So yeah. And then we just have a standard overnumbered Yasuo for Go 100. Just wanted to highlight, this is still a great card to buy. I think this price point is more than fine. It's you know, my favorite card really of this set. The signed, you know, I still plan to buy them at some point. Great card. You cannot go wrong with this card at all. So guys, crazy stuff. Okay, we're about 18 minutes in. This shouldn't be any more than like 25. I say that. We'll keep it out. We'll discuss the graded cards, the graded version of the sign another time. I want it to be maybe 25 minute video. Guys, 1 of 1. As you guys know, we have the metal cards from the Houston regional. You had the 12 metal cards for each legend, and you had 35 of each. Here we have the best of 1 of 1 cards. These are for those who did their best with their particular legend. So this encourages people to try use, you know, niche alternative you know, legends and try their best to do as well as they can. And this one here, you know, best offer for 20,000. I believe it sold for about 14,000. That's major. That is major. And I really do want to see how others do. I've heard stories that the Kaisa sold for is selling for $80,000. I've not seen it. It seems to be, you know, over the counter. I've not seen it, but the metal cards are really on fire. We see Kaisa here go for 2.7k as well. Still, Kaisa holds a premium. Not as high as it was when they all came out, and I will say, guys, just wait a bit. They will go down in price for the most part, especially once they flood the market. Darius here selling for about $1,000, 1.1k. You know, yeah, Master Yi selling for about 2k here. Again, these will fluctuate, but ultimately, you really just have to read the market. You know, as the initial supply gets swept up, all of a sudden there's heavy demand for what isn't available anymore. Someone throws a crazy price out, like here, 2k for Master Yi, it gets snapped up. You know, there are still another 34 somewhere out there, but you know, people are frenzying into what's available. Its fortune goes for 1.7k as well recently. So again, they are bouncing back. You know, we saw that really they dipped. You know, as the market was flooded, these were dipping to like 1k, even like $800. But they are bouncing back again, which is good. And we see this Lux here. Do you guys remember? We discussed the Lux like a few weeks ago, and the Lux was on for maybe like 1.3k, 1.2k, but it has bounced back a bit. I believe this was about 1.5k. So again, there's a minor bounce back for these cards. I'm TV Jinx, and you know, I hadn't actually searched these ones. This was 2.2 best offer. Again, Jinx will still hold a premium against you know, the others. Really is ahri, Kaisa, and then Jinx holds a bit of a premium. And we see this one here for sale for 2k as well. So again, very reasonable prices, very respectable prices, and I do want to see where we go with the metal cards. Not really my favorite. They are very cool to see. This card is dope though. This metal 101 looks very clean. So I do want to see more 101s enter into the market. So something of interest. Just one other piece, and maybe I think we might have enough time to go through the grade. Actually, we'll leave it around 25 minutes. We do see one of the Teemos from the Worlds bundle sell go for about $152. I saw another one for about 170k, but I find it interesting, and I think this will climb really good, and I think really well, and I think PSA 10 should do really good, roughly about $800 in my opinion. It's a very cool card, and you know, this is very scarce as we know, and so this should climb up pretty quickly. Just the last one. Oh, maybe we leave it there. I say we leave it there because actually I do want to discuss the graded another day with the, you know, I'll probably make another video right after this. So this current video you're watching should go out on Saturday morning, and then the next video I record next should go out on Sunday, and that will be about just other sealed box, you know, booster boxes for Origins, Spirit Force booster box cases, because we're seeing some really nasty stuff on the cases for Spirit Force, selling for like 1.6k. It's not acceptable. It's crazy stuff. We have to have a conversation about the supply. And again, as I've mentioned loads of times, I don't think the supply will be in a good state or a good place until Radiance. But yeah, let's discuss that. I'll make a video just after this. But guys, as usual, if you're having a good time here, leave us a like, leave us a comment. So much going on, so much to discuss that I've had to pause it, and I'll discuss the grading in another video. Let me know your thoughts. If you're enjoying your time here, give us a subscribe. You don't have to. Like I've said many times, it does take me a while before I subscribe to a new channel. You know, I may be watching it for weeks, months, and all of a sudden I'll be like, wait, why am I not subscribed yet? And then I just subscribe because I'm enjoying the content. So take your time. If you're enjoying your time here, that's what matters. So yeah, catch you guys soon. See the cards out.